Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another part of No One But You. In the last part, we were introduced to a very creepy teacher that seems to have something to do with Megumi's past, and it's actually got me seething. Like I do not like where this is going, and it's kind of scary in a sense. I think that knife isn't meant for us or somebody we know. I don't know. Just making some predictions, as all. Anyway, let's continue. By claiming that it was her job, Mr. Ketsuna continued to use Megumi's position against her, keeping her after class, telling her to meet with him early, and pushing Megumi's friends away. Mr. Ketsuna, if you need help after class, I'd be happy to. No, Mr. Naoto. That is quite alright. I'm sure your class representative can handle it. You always say that. Stop picking on Megumi and ask someone else for a change. 2 weeks detention. Anyone else? Can I speak up? I'd rather get detention at this point. Wherever possible, I tried to inject myself into the situation, as did some of the other boys from class. Though our reasons differed, they didn't want Mr. Ketsuna to be alone with Megumi any more than I did, and they were prepared to be suspended for their efforts. That's good. That is really good that the kids, the actual students, are interjecting themselves as much as possible. Not only just the fact that Hideaki is, but the fact that other people, other males, unfortunately maybe not the females, but at the same time, it's good to hear that that's happening. But no matter how much we tried, Mr. Ketsuna would find an excuse to pull Megumi away, keeping her from her friends and boyfriend alike. Gosh, what could possibly be happening? Feeling guilty over previously wanting to spend less time with Megumi, I did my best to seek her out outside of class. Every day I would visit her in the student council room and offer to walk her home. However, since the day he showed up, Megumi hasn't been the same. Just where does he get off telling everybody in class to vacate so we can talk to Megumi in private? I've had my suspicions about Mr. Ketsuna from the moment he showed up, but now I can't stand him. Worse, Megumi refuses to say a word. We barely see each other at all now, and when we do, it's like she's not even Megumi. I reflect on the thought for a moment, wondering precisely when Megumi being like herself became a good thing. For a while there, I wanted nothing more than time away from Megumi, or for her to calm down and act like a normal person. But now, with Megumi so gloomy and withdrawn, I realize how stupid I was. I liked Megumi the way she was, the loud, clingy, boundary-challenged girl who would hug me out of nowhere, not this gloomy, introverted girl who jumps at her own shadow. I want the old Megumi back, and if she does not return, I'll never resent her. Oh, the resender again? Oh gosh. Overcome by the need to talk to Megumi, I returned to our classroom, the one which Mr. Ketsuna had ordered us all to leave. From outside, I could faintly hear Megumi talking to our teacher. As I pressed my ear against the door, their voices became clear. For the last time, I'm not going. Oh? And just why is that? You're the only girl in class who hasn't come to see me, you know. Liar, you may have some of my classmates fooled, but most of them know better than to trust you. Besides, why the hell would I ever want to see you? Even now, I'm suppressing the urge to vomit. You little bitch. Your mouth is almost as foul as that of your miserable sister. Oh, no. Oh, gee. Don't you dare talk about her! Megumi and Mr. Ketsuna continued to argue back and forth, further provoking one another with every word. I missed out on whatever started the exchange, but I could tell it was only going to get more heated. Fine then, I guess I'll just have to spend the break with one of your more sensible classmates. You mean one of the idiots who can't see past your smile and into your black heart? Now, that isn't very nice. What would your classmates think if they heard you calling them idiots? You wouldn't want me to let that little slip of the tongue get out, would you?
Go to hell. I don't care what you say.
If you say so. Setting off to make good on his promise, Mr. Kessler left the classroom through the door at the front of the room, leaving Megami all alone. Once I was sure he was out of earshot, I opened the doors at the back of the classroom, then quietly entered. Megami?
Hideaki, what are you doing here? I thought you left with the others.
I did, but I came back. I was worried about you, Megami.
Yeah, right. You say you were worried, but you're just standing out here eavesdropping, weren't you?
Megami, that's not what I
don't want to hear it, Hideaki. I've done everything in my power to help you, to please you, to get close to you, and how do you respond? The second your girlfriend is in trouble, you pretend not to notice. You turn the other way. It's like it's not your problem. And you know what? That's how it's going to be? Then I don't need a boyfriend like you. Whoa!
I mean, to be fair, he has been very standoffish. Like, obviously, he's done small things, like, as well as the other boys in the class. And she is so upset right now, so she's not speaking proper. But it's, gosh, yeah, it's pretty bad. Megami darted out of the door, brushing past me with force unbefitting her frame. Megami, wait! I called out to Megami, extending my arm towards thin air as she quickly escaped my view. But even before I raised my arm, I knew that she was gone. Oh, man, this is bad. I ran out into the hallway, trying to catch up with Megami. Unfortunately, I had no idea which direction she had headed in, nor did I know where she might go. The only places I could see her returning to were home or the student council club. With those two locations in mind, I turned my attention to the club room, preparing myself to chase Megami. But as I tried to run after, my legs wouldn't move. I wanted to chase after her, I really did, and yet she's right. I saw what that bastard was doing, and all I did was put up feeble passive resistance, which got me nowhere. When those two were arguing, I didn't step in. I just listened, curious about the relationship they shared. And worst of all, when they first started acting gloomy, I was glad. I was fucking happy that my girlfriend was depressed. I wanted her to be quiet and to stay away from me. This whole time, I've been so unbelievably selfish. Not once have I truly thought about what Megami wanted or why she wouldn't tell me. As far as being her boyfriend goes, I failed utterly. Gosh, it seems so like... The thing I don't like sometimes about this is like, oh wow, we're skipping really far, like 2 weeks. But the thing that I don't particularly like in some visual novels like this is the extremes get hit very quickly. Like, obviously we spent a whole summer vacation, but we didn't have a lot of time with Megami during that. Like, as me as a reader, I did not get a lot of time with her on that, so I didn't either get to see the relationship develop or anything like that. And obviously we can only see it through Hideaki's eyes because that's, you know, he's the main character. But it's like, boom, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, summer vacation happened, we had like this little sort of intermediate story, and then boom, now I'm a failure as a boyfriend. Like, this has happened in the last like 4 parts, you know? That's weird. That's it's one of those things where it had a slow start and now it's hitting, all the bad points are hitting now. Like, it's strange. It's not very good storytelling in a sense, but at the same time, some of it has to do with the choices that I've made as well, right? So let's continue on. Another week passed by since I last spoke to Megami, and with it came further misery. My neighbors, the Mayamiya family, Shiro and her parents packed up and moved out of the city, all without so much as a goodbye. Ryo got his first school suspension after raising his fist towards Mr. Ketsuna, or at least the first I'm aware of, and hasn't been to class since. Yui has been attending on and off, but she outright refuses to sit in on any of Mr. Ketsuna's classes, leaving her attendance spotty at best. The only ones still attending are Megami, who refuses to speak to me and myself, the only person not taking action despite our current predicament. But while I haven't been actively engaging with Megami or our new teacher, I have been paying attention. I've been analyzing their new schedules, following them around and making sure to be close at hand in case something should happen. And the way Megami has been acting lately, it's only a matter of time. Megami? I'm just asking you to. I said no. Don't you understand what the word means? Megami, that isn't an appropriate attitude for the class representative to take. Don't give me that. I've been class rep... if being class reps mean being forced to put up with you, I'll gladly quit. Oh, you betray your classmates due to a personal grudge. Discreetly glance my way before answering. I would never betray my classmates, but that doesn't mean I have to listen to whatever you say. Megami and Mr. Ketsuna have been at one another's throats for the last few school days, turning every request into a one-sided shouting match. Our teacher plays the cool, calm, level-headed mediator, leaving Megami to shout until she seems hysterical. As a result, people have stopped listening to Megami's complaints, choosing to instead see her as a psycho who can't control herself. This is bad. Holy crap. And you know what? Hideaki, man. What the shit? What the fuck? I understand, like, there's only so much that you can do, but you know, this passiveness needs to fucking end. I hope it gives me a choice to not. Actually, it does. For not only the class representative, but also the student council president, so blatantly refusing to listen to their teacher. Ha! Like you even count as a teacher, you freaking pedophile. Ooh, wow, okay, we've got pedo on our hands here. Megami, that is a rather rash accusation. I do hope you have some proof to back those words. Proof? Why, you filthy... Innocent until proven guilty, Mr. Ketsuna smirked to himself as the remaining time before our break was depleted. Yeah, see? I have a feeling that he has something to do with the death of Megami's sister. So, the other person, so she must have had a twin sister, or at least one that was in a lower grade. He must have been implicated in this, but maybe she witnessed it and her testimony didn't hold up in court. And there's no other evidence, so he got off. Ew. Sorry. I did not mean it to sound like that, but he got off on the crime. That still does not sound good. Man, I don't mean to make terrible, stupid jokes like that when something serious like this is happening, but it's just disgusting. Like, I am furious, and I have no idea how Hideaki is not taking some sort of action. Megami was left fuming with her fist clenched by her sides, unable to say or do anything as the bell cut their argument short. Unwilling to remain in his company, excuse me. A moment longer, Megami stormed out of the room, slamming the door on her way out. Jeez, what's gotten into that girl? I know, right? I can't believe I used to think she was cute. Honestly, how could she say such callous things? Mr. Ketsuna has been nothing but kind since the moment he got here. To you girls, maybe, but yeah, Megami does seem to be going overboard. Listening in on the chatter of the class, Mr. Ketsuna continued to smirk as he casually made his way to the classroom door. Well, I suppose I'd better go make sure Megami doesn't do anything stupid. It's a teacher's duty to look after his students, after all. After saying that, Mr. Ketsuna left the classroom, immediately heading towards the student council club. How nice. Even after being abused like that, he's still worried about his students. We really lucked out this semester, didn't we? No, we didn't. Yo, why aren't you going? Yes, please, Hideaki, go after them. While my classmates continue to sing the praise of their favorite teacher, I follow his trail towards the student council club room. Good job, Hideaki. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't just fucking sit there. By the time I had arrived, a heated discussion had already resumed behind closed door, giving me reason to pause before listening in. After hearing so many of their arguments recently, I'm not really sure I want to listen to one of in on this one. It seems like Mr. Ketsuna's sole focus is to get Megumi alone, or perhaps to destroy her credibility so that nobody will come to her aid. Either way, his plan is succeeding. Megumi barely has a single supporter left in our classroom, and even the boys are turning against her. If this doesn't end soon, you know what? How about you maybe fucking do your goddamn job? You know, like, I know he's waiting for this perfect moment where whatever, but no, be your boyfriend. Just be her friend. Like, this is not being her friend. I'm glad that he hasn't turned around. He noticed his fault, but why hasn't he been doing anything? This is ticking me off. Meg.
Don't call me that, you creep. In fact, stop calling me by my first name.
Oh, come now. Don't be like that, Meg. Your sister never minded me calling her by her first name.
And that too, I've told you countless times not to mention her.
I'm not allowed to talk about my former students? That's rather rough. As an educator, I take pride in my precious students, even those who never make it to graduation.
Jesus fuck, this guy must have killed her. You son of a...
Whoa. Oh, calm down, Meg. If you go any further, you might wind up getting suspended, you know.
Don't tempt me. Right now, a few days away from school sounds like a dream come true.
It saddens your teacher to hear how much you dislike coming to school. Perhaps you prefer if we held some private lessons.
Not on your life, pedophile. I know better than to listen to a damn thing a pedophile like you has to say.
Megumi, as I said before, you'd best have some proof before you throw around such accusations. A girl could get into a lot of trouble making up stories like those, you know.
Don't give me that. I know what I saw, you murdering pedophile piece of shit.
Again you call me that. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered because of your spiteful words? For the first time since Mr. Ketsuna began teaching our class, he looked genuinely angry, slamming his fist on the desk and yelling at Megumi. Do you know how hard it is to get another job in teaching after what you did? How many asses I had to kiss just to get my old job back? You ruined my life!
Yeah? Well, at least you still have your life, you murdering pedophile.
Oh, that's it. Come here, you little what, sir? Yes! Hideaki! Yes! The moment Mr. Ketsuna took a step towards Megumi, I opened the door to the student council room. He stared at me blankly for a moment, as did Megumi, without saying a single word. What's the matter? Oh, this? I raised the cell phone in my hand, showing the camera clearly pointing towards Mr. Ketsuna. Dude! Hideaki, you're my bro, dude! Yes! Oh, good fucking job! Oh my god. After following these 2 days, day after day, I knew there had to be a way to catch him out. And so, obviously, though it may be, video evidence seems like the best course of action.
Hideaki.
You. What's wrong, guys? Shy in front of the camera? Well, that's a pity. The video's uploading in real time, so there won't be any do-overs. The only question now is, do I set the video to public? Mr. Ketsuna continued to scowl at me angrily, both enraged by my interference and unsure of what to do next. Brat, you'd best keep your nose out of business that doesn't concern you. That's good advice, teacher. But see, this does concern me. After all, what kind of heartless bastard would stand by and watch his girlfriend get attacked like this? Mr. Ketsuna narrowed his eyes in response to my proclamation. Girlfriend?
Aki.
That's right. I may not usually act like it, but I am Megumi's one and only. So as long as I'm around, you'll never lay a hand on her. Mr. Ketsuna continued to glare at me as I spouted cheesy line after line. You know what? Fuck it. He's my bro. Come on. High five, Hideaki. I take back what I said earlier in the part. I should have known he would. 'Cause, you know, I would. And he's me, kind of. But not. But rather than retaliate, he slowly unclenched his fist and took a deep breath. I understand. I will take my leave. Eerily calm and complacent, Mr. Ketsuna didn't put up a fight as he left. He glared at me once again, as well as the phone in my hand, then quietly left the room, shutting the door behind him. Oh man, I can't believe that worked. I thought I was going to wet myself for a minute there, but I actually pulled it off. I was recording everything like I said, but that line about uploading the video in real time was a complete bluff. If Mr. Ketsuna had taken my phone...
Hideaki?
Aww. Dragging me away from my thoughts, Megami called my name. Her tone of voice was calm, yet sad, completely different than the callous and angry tone she had adopted since last we spoke.
Megami, Don't say it, Hideaki. Please. Just don't.
No matter what,
No matter what, I don't want to hear your apology.
Before I could finish my sentence, Megami cut me off, already aware of exactly what I wanted to say. Damn. Too little too late, I guess. Not that I can blame Megami. After everything I've done, or failed to do, there's no way she would.
After all, you have nothing to apologize for.
Mm-hmm. Eh? I don't? But last time you said...
I know what I said, and I don't think that I was wrong to say it. But the truth is, it was misdirected. I wasn't angry at you, Hideaki. I was angry at myself. I completely shut you out, then lashed out at you for not understanding. I let that man get under my skin and allowed history to repeat itself.
Oh. Then, does that mean you're ready to let me in?
It's not something I feel comfortable telling people about, especially not now that he is back. But you deserve to know, Hideaki. If only one other person knows the truth, I want it to be you.
Aw. Yeah, no. This is gonna get heavy, I have a feeling. So, we're gonna go into this next time on Let's Play No One But You. Take care, guys, and stay frosty.